Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LASTCAR Fantasy Championship Racing Series as we head to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Crown Royal 400. New aero package debuting this week. Jeff Gordon's final run at one of his best tracks, the defending winner. And let's find out who's going to transfer into the main event. We're going to have 17 drivers for the final 9 spots. On the pole for the qualifier, 40-lap event. It's going to be Ryan Blaney and the Wood Brothers machine alongside Jeb Burton. Second row is going to be the BK Racing teammate Matt DiBenedetto and Chase Elliott looking to make his debut at the track where his father won in 2002. Josh Wise is in the number 32 for Go Fast Racing this week. He starts next to Landon Castle. Timmy Hill's in the 98 for Phil Parsons and Premium Motorsports. Next to Cole Whitt, the number 35. Reed Sorensen and Brett Moffitt round at the top 10. J.G. Ailey and David Gilliland make up the 6th row, followed by Justin Algar and Michael Annette, the H. Scott Motorsports teammates. Michael McDowell is back in the Levine Family Racing team, back in their own shop. He starts 15th. Alex Bowman had that fiery incident in New Hampshire. He's back in the Tommy Baldwin Racing number 7. And starting last in the event will be Brian Scott in the number 33 for Richard Childress Racing. So let's find out who will transfer into the main event. 40 laps around the 2.5 mile track, and the green flag is in the air. Jeb Burton leads the way. Josh Wise is in 8th, and Timmy Hill is trying to get the spot from David Gilliland. Gearbox problems for Justin Algar will drop him out of the event after just 2 laps. Jeb Burton leads Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney in 3rd, Cole Whitt 4th, Matt DiBenedetto in 5th. Reed Sorensen and Timmy Hill, the Premium Motorsports teams, battling for the transfer spot. Sorensen and Hill still going at it. 13.9 seconds separate first from the last running car of Brian Scott. Jeb Burton still leads Chase Elliott now by 1.7 seconds. He and Elliott have completely left the field behind. Everybody else is 10.1 seconds further back. Ryan Blaney 3rd and Brett Moffitt 4th with Cole Whitt in 5th. They're battling side by side trying to get around him, and the top 2 continue to pull away with the final 10 laps of the race. Transfer spot still belongs to Timmy Hill, but Reed Sorensen is still fighting with him. They are now tied for the spot as the entire field now from 3rd on back is locked side by side. Let's take a look at what that looks like after the finish, and Jeb Burton goes to the win here in the qualifying race. Chase Elliott in 2nd, Ryan Blaney a distant 3rd in the event. 4th goes to Cole Whitt, 5th is Landon Castle, 6th Brett Moffitt, 7th Matt DiBenedetto. Josh Wise falls from 5th to finish 8th, and Timmy Hill holds off his teammate Reed Sorensen to transfer into the main event. So we're going to back out of that and see what happened. A 4.4-second margin of victory as the others pulled away. Let's check TV1. Cue it back. Let's cue it back a few laps. Ryan Blaney in the 3rd spot there in front of Cole Whitt and Landon Castle. Everybody side by side behind him, can't get around. And let's look at the back there. How much bigger the pack to get? No, the pack stayed about the same size. Ryan Blaney in front, Cole Whitt and Landon Castle with Brett Moffitt and Matt DiBenedetto. And I guess the next pack did the same thing. Everybody stacked up behind Josh Wise. And the transfer spot ends up getting settled in a photo finish behind Wise. And there's Timmy Hill to the inside and Reed Sorensen to the outside. And there is the difference. You can barely see it from there. Josh Wise holding up his former ride, which does get into the main event. So let's go ahead and back out of this and find out who is going to prevail in the main event. It's going to be interesting to see if the new aero package is going to create something quite that bizarre. Looking into this, backing out, we have Jeb Burton followed by Chase Elliott, followed by Ryan Blaney and Cole Whitt, and then Landon Castle in the 40, Dylan Smith Motorsports, Brett Moffitt in the number 34. We have Matt DiBenedetto in the 83. Followed by Josh Wise in the 32. And Timmy Hill rounds out the field in the 98. So 100% distance. 160 laps around the famed Brickyard. And here's how the lineup. On the pole, it's going to be Ryan Blaney in the Wood Brothers machine alongside Arik Almirola. Second row is going to be Casey Kane next to Cole Witt. Third row, AJ Allmendinger next to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Fourth row, Brett Moffitt next to Clint Boyer. Paul Menard and Austin Dillon, the Richard Childress teammates, round up the top 10. Martin Truex Jr., the Pocono winner, starts 11th next to Greg Biffle. 13th spot goes to Matt Benedetto with Jamie McMurray. Danica Patrick and Dale Earnhardt Jr. make up row 8. Ninth row is going to be Joey Logano, the 500 winner, and Kyle Busch, winner of the last 2 races, 3 of the last 4. David Reagan starts 19th and number 55 next to Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, and Kevin Harvick. 2 strong contenders to watch there. Next to Sam Hornish Jr. returns to the Brickyard. And Jimmy Johnson, many times a winner here, he'll have to start 24th. Ryan Newman and Kurt Busch starting 25th and 26th, then Timmy Hill and Jeb Burton. Jeff Gordon starts his last Brickyard 400 from the 29th spot next to Chase Elliott, the rookie. Matt Kenseth in the 31st spot, and then there's Casey Mears. Tony Stewart, many-time winner here for the number 14, looking to turn things around, but he's going to have to start from the 33rd spot next to Trevor Bayne. Denny Hamlin was fastest in the opening practice. Carl Edwards is 36th. Landon Castle and Josh Wise round out the field. And let's go ahead and jump right into it. 160 laps around the track. The famed Wood Brothers machine and the Petty Blue, number 43 of Almirola on the front row, and Almirola gets the jump at the very start of the race. Almirola leads, Boyer in second, Stenhouse third, Blaney back to fourth, Cole Witt in fifth, Casey Kane is in sixth, Austin Dillon in seventh. Back at the field, Landon Castle and Denny Hamlin scrambling for the last spot. Tony Stewart still mired back in 36th. And Trevor Bayne working his way up nicely to 23rd. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 22nd. Kyle Busch going for 3 wins in a row. He's going to have to get up from 21st. He's still fighting to get up there. 20 laps, still under green. Almirola leads by 1/10 of a second over Clint Boyer, who now fights Ryan Blaney. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is still holding serve in 4th up to 3rd. And we have our first caution of the day. It looks like Tony Stewart and Matt Kenseth in trouble. Looking forward. Oh, big time. Oh, yes. Coming off the corner in the 35th spot, Tony Stewart gets loose. Gets right in the way of Matt Kenseth, very similar to the Daytona 500 accident involving both drivers. Stewart slides down the track. Greg Biffle, no, that's Jeff Gordon, stopped behind him there. Somehow avoids damage. 2-car accident. Brings us under caution for the first time. Everybody pits. Almirola beats Blaney back off pit road. He'll lead him back to the green on lap 29. Almirola leads Blaney, Boyer, Dillon, and Kane around the track. And Almirola pulls away to a 2-second lead, and Kurt Busch is in the wall, and he is out of the event after 34 laps, our first retiree. Find out what happened to the number 41 from the Stewart-Haas tables. Moving forward, forward, forward. There he is, and whoa, there he goes. Running in the 22nd spot right in front of Jimmy Johnson. Backs it into the outside wall, and Kyle Busch gets a piece of it, and Denny Hamlin as well. It's like Jeb Burton, Landon Castle had nowhere to go. That track closed up pretty quick. There goes Castle, there's Hamlin, Sam Hornish Jr., Ryan Newman. Castle slowing to a stop backwards. Big pile up coming off the access road onto, looks like the front straightaway. And we are under caution once again. Excuse me, the back straightaway. 36 laps under caution. Almirola and Blaney, the 2 most winningest teams in sports, start at the front 2 spots. And Almirola and Blaney lead the way to the green. Almirola still leads now by 1.6 seconds over Blaney. Clint Boyer in 3rd. Ricky Stenhouse and Cole Witt battle for the 4th spot. Gearbox problems take out AJ Allmendinger. Jeff Gordon is mired back in 34th. Stewart's damage machine still in the lead lap in 35th. Almirola leads by now 5.3 seconds over Ryan Blaney. Clint Boyer and Jimmy McMurray in a tight battle for 3rd. Matt Kenseth has recovered from his accident to pull all the way up to the 9th spot. Martin Truex Jr. in 11th. Almirola now leads McMurray over Boyer. Truex has worked his way up to 4th. Joey Logano is 2 laps down. Let's find out what happened to him. Ooh, damage to the rear of his... Ooh, yeah. Joey Logano trying to get underneath Matt Kenseth in the 33rd spot. Tried to go 3 wide with him and Junior. It wasn't going to work. Backed it into the fence on lap 54. Does not bring out a caution. He keeps going somehow. And there he goes. And we stay under green on lap 64. Almirola leads Truex now. And we have another caution on the speedway. And it looks like Jimmy Johnson and Matt DiBenedetto in trouble. And we go to the replay again. Oop, yes indeed. Definitely damaged the 48. Ooh, my goodness. Johnson, and it was Johnson's fault. Johnson got underneath Matt DiBenedetto in the short shoot. Oh, my goodness. He just lost control there into DiBenedetto, and both of them got the wall very hard. Let's try to get a clear shot of what happened there. Ooh, Johnson just veered to the right, steered right into DiBenedetto, and took both of them out. Both of them still running. Don't know what happened with the 48. It almost looked like a steering problem. It just locked to the right all of a sudden. Yep, wow, okay. Well, a rare mistake from the 48 team. Has dropped him towards the back of the field, and we are under caution. Johnson now 1 lap down, Logano 2 laps down. Your leader is now Denny Hamlin over Brett Moffitt after 70 laps. Green flag in the air, and Hamlin has just about lapped everybody with that caution. Came out at just the wrong time for everybody. Hamlin leads by almost a full lap, 44 seconds over Brett Moffitt. Almirola is now 3rd, Matt Kenseth in 4th, Martin Truex Jr. in 5th, and Austin Dillon in 6th. There are now 18 cars in the lead lap. Gearbox problems take out Jeff Gordon in his final Brickyard 400. He ends up 36th. Hamlin leads Brett Moffitt, Almirola, and Kenseth. Hamlin now lapping several cars. There are now only 12 cars on the lead lap. Kevin Harvick in 13th. Hamlin leads Brett Moffitt, Almirola, Kenseth, Boyer, and Dillon. Everybody from Almirola on back in a tight battle for position as they're locked side by side. Hamlin and Moffitt trying to pull away. Moffitt trying to catch up to Hamlin. We're closing in on the final 60 laps. Hamlin leads by now 26.3 seconds. Logano, last car on the track, 4 laps down. Hamlin pits. That gets several cars back on the lead lap, but its pit stops are still cycling through. Hamlin retakes the lead on lap 110, and he now leads by 28.4 seconds over Moffitt. Only 7 cars in the lead lap. Truex the last of those. So leaders are Hamlin, Moffitt, Almirola, Boyer, Kenseth, and Truex. And we have a caution on lap 117. Looks like problems for Ricky Stenhouse, perhaps. Didn't quite come at the right time to get several people their lap back, but perhaps something happened out there. A very short outside line forming up for the restart. Well, let's see what happened. It might have been Jimmy Johnson again, actually. Keeping it forward, forward, forward. There it is. Ooh, yes, Josh Wise involved. Ooh, yeah. Wise running in the 28th spot in front of Danica Patrick. First ride of the season in 32. He backs it into the outside wall coming on to the back straightaway. Off turn 2, the field has to slow down right behind him. Ricky Stenhouse, Brett Moffitt, and Kyle Larson, the rest of the field under caution once again. We're about to go green. Denny Hamlin leads now by less than a second over Moffitt with Kenseth in 3rd, Almirola 4th, Biffle 5th, Boyer 6th, Truex 7th. They're the only lead lap cars. Everybody 8th on back and lap down. Actually, everybody all the way back to 31st. 130 laps complete, 30 laps to go. Hamlin leads his teammate Matt Kenseth now. Kenseth in a battle with Brett Moffitt for 2nd, and that's going to drop. Almirola falls out with brake issues, and he's going to fall all the way back to 35th, and now we're down to 6 cars on the lead lap. Hamlin leads Kenseth, Moffitt, Biffle, Boyer, Truex, now almost a full lap behind Hamlin. We head on to the final 15 laps. Still under green. Hamlin leads over Matt Kenseth. Clint Boyer in 3rd, Martin Truex in 4th. 4 cars in the lead lap. Pit stop cycle through, and a caution comes out for the good time this time. And a caution comes out that's going to put several cars back on the lead lap. Your leader looks like Brett Moffitt. Hamlin is still 2nd. Kenseth, Biffle, Boyer, Truex, Kane. And then at the tail end of the lead lap, right in front of the leaders, is going to be Harvick, Edwards, Menard, Jeb Burton, and Cole Witt. And what brought out that yellow? Very unusual late stages of the event here. Could potentially hand the win to someone else, although Hamlin is still a factor. Moving back. Actually, you can see Hamlin just passed the pace car seconds before the caution comes out. There goes Moffitt and Newman, and then there is the caution as the pace car comes out. Extremely close call. Hamlin had a little bit of a cushion, but Moffitt and Newman did not. They still beat him out. And it looks like the wreck, is it Mears? No, Mears was already damaged. Hamlin was just going over the blend line when, on the short chute, it's Brad Keselowski and Matt DiBenedetto. Keselowski in 27th got rooted by Truex. No, Truex, I take that back. Truex backed off. Keselowski spun out. Takes out DiBenedetto. Everybody slows down. But Hamlin was very lucky to get off pit road when he did. He's going to retain the second spot behind Moffitt, but he's still going to have to take the win away from him with less than 10 laps to go. 7 laps to go. The green flag in the air. Moffitt takes the lead. Hamlin in second. Hamlin gets the lead back. Kenseth gets the lead for the both of them with 3 laps to go. Hamlin with the white flag. Checkered flag. Moffitt. Moffitt takes the win over Hamlin. Third spot goes to Kenseth. 4th to Truex. 5th to Boyer. 6th will go to Greg Biffle. 7th to Casey Kane. Ryan Newman, Cole Whitt, and Jamie McMurray round out the field. In a thrilling finish, Brett Moffitt pulls the upset. Hamlin went from 35th to 2nd. The margin of victory, 113 one-thousandths of a second. 5 cautions and 12 lead changes, and most of those lead changes took place in the final 7 laps. Let's take a look at that finish once again. Queuing back. Let's pick it from another car further back in the field. Try to get back to the restart. It's Harvick coming down pit road. Harvick pitting right after the green. All right. My goodness. Oh, this is the problem. Brett Moffitt restarted right in the middle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about a dozen cars. I think I was going the right way. Yeah, about a dozen cars right in front of him. And that's going to lock up the field. So the principals here, there's Moffitt, and then Hamlin, and then Kenseth. They're also spaced out. Biffle back in 4th, Boyer back in 5th. We will restart this with the final 8 laps of the event. Coming around the restart, and there it is, and the field breaks. Everybody trying to get through the lap traffic. Here comes Moffitt down the straightaway. Hamlin already shakes free of the traffic, is already closing in on Moffitt, and then there is Matt Kenseth and Jamie McMurray behind them, but they're too wide in front, and that's going to hold up the leaders. Brett Moffitt leads. Denny Hamlin in second as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. There is Moffitt trying to get around the machine. His teammate Cole Whitt and Joey Logano right in front of him. Hamlin working to the middle there as they go down the back straightaway. Moffitt still the leader with 7 laps to go. Moffitt leads Hamlin to the inside. He has Kenseth right behind him. Moffitt trying to get around Joey Logano's lapped car. He almost clears him, but in doing so, Hamlin has completely gobbled up his advantage already in just 1 lap. Hamlin is right behind him. Kenseth catching Hamlin. Moffitt down the front straightaway this time. Coming down to the final 6 laps. And they will go up single file on the inside line, catching up to the lap machines of both Cole Whitt and Trevor Bayne. There is the number 34. Brett Moffitt coming through turn 1 and 2. The inside line has a Joe Gibbs duo with Hamlin in front of Kenseth. They break up trying to get around Cole Whitt. And Moffitt gets around Whitt. Coming down the back straightaway. Looks like that's going to help him get away. Kenseth loses touch with Hamlin. Going into turn number 3, Moffitt into the corner. Gets around him. They're 3 wide in front of him. There's Ryan Blaney, Timmy Hill, and Trevor Bayne 3 wide. They can't get undone, and now Cole Whitt's trying to get back around him, and that's going to open the door for Hamlin on the inside. Hamlin's trying the low line, coming down the line now for 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go, and Hamlin is pulling alongside Moffitt for the lead. Hamlin gets into single file, trying to do the high line, trying to get around Trevor Bayne. Bayne slows down, lets Moffitt by, but Hamlin can't get through. That's going to let Kenseth catch back up again. Moffitt now held up behind Ryan Blaney. Denny Hamlin right there as well. Moffitt tries the middle lane, now moves to the bottom to get behind Timmy Hill, trying to draft around. Chase Elliott holding up the lead pack as well. Going to the inside, and that's going to let Denny Hamlin drive to the outside. Trying to walk on him, but he's got to deal with Ryan Blaney now, and Moffitt's going to have to deal with Timmy Hill. They're side by side, and there goes Denny Hamlin for the lead. And Moffitt squeaks ahead on the inside, trying to clear him again, but he can't go high because Hamlin's already there with Kenseth right behind. Coming down the front straightaway, that Joe Gibbs power starts working. Hamlin takes the lead with 4 laps to go. Hamlin, Moffitt slots up in front of Kenseth, thinks better of it, goes down low in front of Trevor Bayne. Kenseth to the high lane. He has to deal with Bayne. He has now cleared him, and now Kenseth is going to get around Moffitt. Hamlin is now in front of Moffitt, but now he has to get around Timmy Hill. Chase Elliott's holding up the middle lane that stopped the inside lane, and the outside lane starts moving. Kenseth now starts moving on Moffitt. Closes in on Ryan Blaney. They're side by side. Moffitt tries to get the inside of Hamlin. Hamlin slams the door, and Kenseth now gets the momentum on the high side. And there goes Matt Kenseth to the high lane. Hamlin starts moving on the inside as Moffitt starts pushing him forward. And Kenseth now takes the lead, coming to the stripe with 3 laps to go. But everybody's still locked in traffic. Kenseth now behind Ryan Blaney. Hamlin in the middle lane. And then to the inside of both Cole Witt and Trevor Bayne is the 3rd place car now of Brett Moffitt. And Kenseth moves down to the high lane, still trying to work through traffic. He's now stalled out behind Ryan Blaney, and Hamlin's going to get to the inside of him. And here comes Moffitt. Now Moffitt's having to deal with Ryan Newman, who's into the picture. Kenseth and Hamlin move to the middle lane. Moffitt wants to follow. He now clears Ryan Newman. He can move to the inside, but he chooses the outside lane instead. Inside lane is Matt Kenseth. Hamlin moves to the middle lane to get around Kenseth. Kenseth bobbles, trying to get underneath Ryan Blaney. Hamlin bobbles as well, and that's going to let Brett Moffitt catch him again. But Ryan Newman is not free as well. He's stuck to the inside, and that's going to keep Moffitt to the high lane. There is Matt Kenseth. He is right behind Timmy Hill. They're trying to push their way past Chase Elliott. Elliott won't get out of the way, not heeding the move-over flag. Denny Hamlin in the 2nd spot. He now moves to the high lane as now Hamlin is under attack by the lap machine of Ryan Newman. That's going to put him back in the clutches of Brett Moffitt on the final couple laps of the event. There is Moffitt. He twitches going into the corner and onto the back straightaway. Kenseth committed to the inside. He wants Timmy Hill to move, but Hill can't get around Elliott. Hamlin and Moffitt to the high lane. They're starting to walk now as they're drafting with Ryan Blaney. Kenseth gets impatient. He moves to the middle lane. Ryan Newman is stuck down in the grass. He falls back now, and Matt Kenseth falls back, and that's going to put Hamlin back in the lead. And Brett Moffitt for 2nd is now side by side with Kenseth. Kenseth in the grass trying to get around Hamlin. Hamlin and Kenseth to the inside. Moffitt now has Trevor Bayne pushing him, trying to catch up to Ryan Blaney. Chase Elliott up front. And here comes Denny Hamlin to the middle, trying to help with Chase Elliott. White flag in the air. Denny Hamlin gets the help from Elliott. And it doesn't quite work, though, as Kenseth is now to the inside. Kenseth to the inside of Hamlin. Hamlin closes the door. Here comes Moffitt to the outside with Ryan Blaney. A huge knot of traffic, all stuck behind Chase Elliott. Timmy Hill and Ryan Blaney's lap cars hold up the leaders. And Brett Moffitt is now pulled up alongside Denny Hamlin halfway down the back straightaway. Matt Kenseth suddenly finds himself back in 3rd. Ryan Newman's lap machine, no longer a factor, falls back. Denny Hamlin washes up the track. Brett Moffitt right alongside. Moffitt now has Ryan Blaney right in front of him, but Blaney slows up right in front of him, and he still gets around through the middle groove this time, and Brett Moffitt comes down the front straightaway for the final time. Kenseth tries to put Hamlin on the inside line, and Moffitt comes to the stripe, and by a half car length, Brett Moffitt takes the victory. Ryan Newman's lap machine closed in at the last second and helped him get around it. Hamlin and Kenseth, and Moffitt takes the victory. Very close finish. Several lead changes in the closing stages, and the new aero package seems to be having an effect here as well, although the Indy 500 simulator played out the same way. So once again, Brett Moffitt, your fantasy pick. Denny Hamlin, the dominant car, however, and we're going to find out how many laps he actually did lead. Hamlin in second, Kenseth in third, Truex finishes fourth, Boyer in fifth, sixth goes to Greg Biffle, seventh, Casey Kane, Ryan Newman's lap machine ends up eighth, Cole Witt in ninth, Jimmy McMurray couldn't find the way through traffic and ends up 10th. And worked our way back through the field, Kurt Busch ends up finishing in the last spot. A.J. Allmendinger, Jeff Gordon, Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson, Brad Keselowski, all 30th or worse. And that's how it settles out. So enjoy the race this weekend, and we'll see you next time for the next round of Pocono.